one of the first things I tell people is the Organic Institute study that says that modern food is 1/3 as good as it used to be. Or if you can flip it around, right, you can say, you know, the best food you can eat is 3 times better than what's being sold in supermarkets.
Wow. So organic food is has 3 times more nutrients than what you might find in a conventional supermarket?
It doesn't have to be organic. It's actually, this is where the real food movement comes from, because we're in an age right now of genetically modified food, industrial farming, industrial agriculture, and what they've really done is they've figured out a way to get us the lowest price food they can possibly get us.
Right.
And they're trying to make that even lower, and what they're doing is, as they're doing that, they're making the quality drop as well.
Oh.
And so as the price drops, the quality drops, and so it's very confusing for people, because it used to be just don't buy the packaged foods, don't buy the high fat, high salt foods, and now it's like, okay, well, if you're buying a tomato, it is the lowest quality tomato you could possibly buy, which, if you translate that into the public health arena, we are eating 3 times as much as we need to, or as we grew up, you know, for the past million years as humans eating.
Wow.
And
just to get the same nutrients that our body needs.
And you can see from the business perspective, this is brilliant, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's going to buy 3 times as much, and they're going to keep buying 3 times as much. And the lower that quality goes, the more they kind of encourage us to buy.
So getting back to like the social media and communications part of it, is that kind of the idea behind the cleanlife.org? It's, I know you have the website and you have the Twitter page. And have you taken those messages to try and, you know, I guess educate people through social media?
Yeah, so when I first started on this path, I formed a nonprofit. It's called A Clean Life, at cleanlife.org. And it was kind of like, well, how do I get this message out? How do I spread it out, you know? And the honest truth is, the media is not going to publish it for me. New York Times, in fact, The Atlantic just did a piece on this, and it completely misses the entire topic.
Oh.
It talks about how there's a debate and there's a controversy and there's nobody knows what's going on, when really it's a simple answer. I mean, good food is good food. So I had to find other ways to get my knowledge out, or not this knowledge, not my knowledge, but the knowledge. And it was Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, blog. I mean, these are the places. And once I started putting that knowledge out there, I found huge communities of people that are doing this and participating in it. And you know, so I started tapping into those communities and spreading messages there, and they started giving me stuff. It allowed me to find new people to reach out to, because part of the challenge I face is that, you know, each person requires an intense amount of knowledge and education in order to make the change, and so I can only help 1 or 2 people at a time. But at the meantime, I can tell the stories of what they're going through and spread it out among Twitter and Facebook and get a huge reach. So since running a website, I've realized that, like, you know, the stats come in, and I'm getting more and more of my hits and my views from Twitter and Facebook. Those are the top 2 places for me to help out.
That's amazing. So, I mean, I hate that word viral, because to me it sounds like an illness. But it does have a viral, I mean, it has a, we need another word for that.
I like grassroots.
Grassroots.
Because it grows in the areas where you plant it, and then, you know, just a little bit of knowledge and it'll take up on itself. It'll grow into its own little prairie or grass field.
So what do you dream about in terms of like where you like to see your own self going professionally with this, or as an avocation, and just seeing where people kind of, I guess, become more healthy people and more healthy for the environment?
I'm glad you asked that, because that's the final missing piece to everything that I've been saying here is I started the nonprofit because I noticed that my beaches were just getting ruined, and every year they're closed more and more. I mean, it's gotten so bad, and this pains me to say it, but my brother got the plague. The actual bubonic plague.
That's terrible.
I have friends who can't go in because they go in once from the water, They go in once and they get ear infections. I mean, just one time. They're in the water for 20 minutes. And so for me, you know, like, I can't surf, I can't play, and everybody loves the beach, and like, it's just closed now. Yeah. So the single most important thing that we can do as individuals is eat better. Because eating better produces less waste.
Okay.
And less waste will lead us to a zero waste society, which is entirely possible. Now, there's a growing list of like 30 plus cities in America that are committing to zero waste.
Zero waste.
And the key component to this is the food that we eat and buy. So it's kind of simple, kind of perfect answer. Eat better, it's cheaper, it's healthier for you, it saves the environment, it improves our waterways, and generally makes us like a more community-focused, happy people. So for me, that's one aspect of it, is I just, you know, I need that personally for my own happiness, for my kids' happiness, and just so I don't feel kind of guilty about what I'm doing. That's the main kind of reason for making this happen.
Now, if we want to learn more, are there resources that are listed on your blog? And I guess your blog is also a resource.
I would say go to acleanlife.org. That's the best place. I try to publish everything I can. Find me on Twitter. I'm Robot Champion. I'm constantly answering questions and helping people. And send me an email. I don't mind putting my email out there. It's steve@acleanlife.org. And I'm always looking for new people to kind of help or answer questions to or advise or even take you on as kind of like a mentor-mentee relationship for 6 months to a year. Because that's really about how long it takes to make the complete changeover to the new kind of what I call clean life
Amazing.
style. Yeah.
Really? And you've seen people take this and adopt it and really, that must be very gratifying.
It is, but it's I like change, and I want this now. I want it fixed now, and I see trash on the road and it bothers me. So, knowing that I've helped 5 or 6, and I've got 2 more in the works right now, and I'm gonna, by the end of the year I'll have 10. I want thousands. I want the change, and because I see it happening, and like spring. I don't know if you know this, but spring came 2 days earlier this year, and it's a continual process where it's the global warming of. So that's like the bigger problem. The immediate problem is the pollution and the epidemic of obesity that's sweeping our nation, and in the diabetes. The 4 leading diseases, chronic diseases in America, all relate to diet. And then we have healthcare problems because that. I mean, it's all part of one life cycle of change that is slowly happening.
So if I could take 2 messages away from our conversation today, I would say that social media is powerful.
It is, definitely.
And that we, as humans, really have the power to make our lives better and healthier and our environment better and healthier with some very simple changes. And we can learn more about that with people like you.
That's perfect, yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming and talking to us. I really learned a lot. I'm going to work on that myself.
This was a pleasure.